What do you want to say to all those gym goers, bodybuilders, and those who practice calisthenics and criticize our sport for being dangerous?
Football, any of those high contact sports, football, boxing, maybe UFC, and arm wrestling is maybe a broken bone, detached tendons, that kind of stuff. And those injuries are serious, but they're repairable and they're known and they're preventable. So there's not a whole lot of danger in arm wrestling. It's probably not as safe as, say, pure weightlifting, but there's not a lot. I mean, there's nothing life-threatening about it. There's no long-term effects from arm wrestling that I'm aware of, except the fact that you can't ever throw a ball again. But by and large, arm wrestling's really, it's pretty safe. It hurts, but you're not going to suffer any long-term effects from arm wrestling.
Do you think that including arm wrestling exercise in the training routine of bodybuilder or powerlifter could improve their overall performance?
I do not think arm wrestling exercises will improve the performance of any other sport. I think arm wrestling exercises might very well hurt you from other sports, because most arm wrestlers I know have less flexibility, less reach. They're obviously stronger, but I'm not so sure arm wrestling exercises as a whole would improve any other sports that I can think of. Now we have good hands, although that's not true.
Right.
An arm wrestling friend of mine, Brandon Allen, stopped arm wrestling for a while and got into mixed martial arts fighting. And what he said was his hands were so strong that when he gripped up with somebody, they couldn't escape from him. So if he grabbed somebody by the back of the neck or grabbed somebody by the wrist, his hands were so strong that his competitors and his opponents basically couldn't escape from him. So any sport like that, wrestling, grappling, UFC maybe, that requires, strong hands, arm wrestlers can definitely teach them something. But general other sports, I'm not so sure. Arm wrestling's a pretty specialized sport, right? We're primarily arm strength type folks. So I'm not so sure it would be advantageous if you were a bodybuilder or a wrestler or somebody to want to take on arm wrestling exercises. But I don't know. That's a very interesting question. Nobody's ever asked me before. I'm not exactly sure.
In